Greetings, everyone. Happy Friday and happy weekend to those of you across the pond. Well, we have our very special guest here again, my sister.
Hello.
The Soul Advisor. So we're here today and we entitled this Letting Go. So what this is going to pertain to today is letting go of relationships that may have recently ended, and these could be relationships either, you know, as far as a loving relationship, whether it's a divorce or the end of a long-term relationship. It could also be, right, Tricia, it could also be, the grieving or letting go of a friendship that has recently ended. And so I want you to, if you think that this would be helpful to you, we're going to offer you 3 steps, 3 important steps that you need to keep in mind and make sure that you implement those into your routine for healing. And because the worst thing that we can do is ignore our feelings, right? Mm-hmm. Ignore our feelings, right. And don't, what happens is we may not want to acknowledge that grieving process, because anytime we have a loss, right, Tricia?
Right.
We grieve.
We grieve, right. We grieve for anything, really.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And when you go through the process, you have to grieve. We can't just get over something. And we all grieve on our own time. Nobody should tell you, Victoria, you should be over this loss.
Right. Or get over it. Right.
No, you have control of that. Mm-hmm. And it takes time.
That's right. See, and Charlotte agrees with you.
Charlotte, we love you.
Yes, Charlotte agrees.
We love
everyone.
Charlotte. We
yes,
love Charlotte.
Do. Okay, good. All right. So what we're going to do then is, hi everyone. Okay, so we're going to just go into the steps here. We're going to talk you through some things. And then at the very end, we're going to have a little spot for some Q&A. All right? So if you have any questions, like if you have any specific examples that you're saying, oh, well, what do you think about this? We're happy to answer those at the end. Okay? Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Okay, so the first step, as Tricia was saying, very important to keep in mind that we all do it in our own time. Okay, so that is key, because number 1 step, we have to forgive ourselves. Okay, so we have to make sure that we forgive ourselves, like you said, about forgiving others and
right.
Mm-hmm. But we have to forgive ourselves, and we have to realize and recognize, we're human. And yes, maybe there were some mistakes made, but it would be on both people's parts. If you're in a relationship, there are mistakes made. But if you want to get into another long-term relationship, right, you must prepare to receive love as well as give love. And you can't do that unless we forgive ourselves, right?
We forgive ourselves, and with that being said, when you want to receive love and give love, we, unknowing to us, we have chakras in our system, and our heart chakra, at times, we think we're ready, but our heart maybe is cold as ice, or like stone, because we're still holding in from the past. And not everybody is a carbon copy of our past. You have to put out there what you really want. Otherwise, you're going to get a carbon copy of your past.
What do you mean by that? Like repeat old patterns?
Correct. So an example, I know we're talking about grieving and letting go. So just say Victoria and I were together, boom, boom, boom. And just say I'm a mean alcoholic person. So the next person she's going to meet, she may put it out there, oh, I will only date mean alcoholic people. The universe is watching. It's like they take that ray and they zoom it right at you. Guess what? Knocking on the door, you may have a mean alcoholic person. So what I'm suggesting is put out there what you really want. It is not being greedy. You have to put it out there like it has happened, like we spoke about the now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not in the future. So you put out the relationship of what you want, and you need to actually put that out there each and every day. and it will transpire. It will bloom like a flower. But if you second guess what you want and you're unsure, it's not going to come to you, that love, or you're just not ready for it.
Right. Yeah, that's such a good point. Very good point. So step one to make sure that you're aware of is you forgive yourself. So you forgive yourself and remind yourself, that God made you special. There's only one of you, right?
Yes.
And
I love
and
that.
you have many gifts to offer another person, when it's time for you to get into a relationship, whether it be, like I said, a romantic relationship, a divorce, a long-term relationship, or even a friendship. Because if in my case, I'm not married anymore, and when you go through a process like that with divorce, unfortunately, there are friendships that do tend to end for whatever reason. People just decide, you're not married anymore, or I'm just going to be friends with him but not you. Whatever the case is, and that is not easy for people to deal with, because it is a loss. It is a loss, especially if a friend had been part of your life for 15 plus years, and then all of a sudden things are different just because you're not married anymore. It shouldn't be that way, but unfortunately some people look at it that way. And you can't change what someone, you can't force someone to feel differently, to think differently. And when people make choices like that, we just have to move on and be like, be appreciative of the friendship we did have, and realize that it's not the same, and move on.
Can I read that one?
Yes, would you please?
Another thing about closure. I just got these couple pins I want to share with you. Closure happens right after you accept that letting go and moving on is more important than projecting a fantasy of how the relationship could have been. So an example.
I love that.
We may hold on to our loved one because, of course, 15 years of knowing somebody, knowing everything about them. But once you let them go and let them, we all have a life to live, and we all have our why we're here, our purpose. It frees us to love again. We hold on to something. We think it's our fault. Don't blame ourselves. They were supposed to be in our life for reasons. Right. People come and go in our life.
Right.
People
sometimes
stay.
Short time.
Sometimes short, sometimes forever. Maybe even just one love. But what I do have to say is, if you are in a breakup or just divorced or in a situation which you want better, we have many soulmates on the planet. We have many twin flames. You can look that up as well. But what happens is, just say Victoria, she is ready to meet that man of her dreams. That man of her dreams is walking by, but he is not quite there yet. His heart is still, he's in denial. He's thinking, what did I do? So they cross paths. Same thing with Victoria. We're going to flip the road. Boom. Someday they're going to meet halfway, and that magnet, that electrify, it's just amazing what happens. It's when it's your time. We all feel like doom and gloom. This is it for us. It's not. If you could see what I see in the future, you'd be smiling too. Anybody that is going through this, you will get through it. Like I said, and through the grieving process, which we're going to continue. But I'm just going to spread some happiness.
I love that pin. I love
you like that? I got another
I
one
love
too.
that. Yeah.
Here's another thing.
Oh, good. Yeah. Let's.
Want to read that? Go ahead.
Every exit is an entry somewhere else.
Yep.
I love that. Yep.
And I got one more thing. I got a lot to read, but I just want to say, here's another thing. Okay. I want everybody to feel good. Okay. Don't be someone's downtime, spare time, part time, or sometime. If they can't be there for you of the time, then they're not worth your time. We too much. We overindulge. We try to put everybody on the pedestal, but guess what happens? We forget about ourselves,
right?
And we matter too, And when we start giving ourselves that time of what we need, just wait and see what happens in the future. It's amazing. You have to give yourself that time too. We always just try to do this for the other person, try to make them happy,
right?
And really, it's not.
Right.
We're pushing too hard.
You're right. And it's as we've talked about many times. it's really up to each one of us to be 100% responsible for our own happiness. Because if we put our happiness in someone else's hands, it's a mistake.
It is.
It's a mistake. Right?
Yep. I got one more thing to read before we go on number 2.
Yes.
I got a lot, but
Okay,
this is the last
good.
one. Okay. Don't hold on because you think there will be no one else. Okay. Like I said,
Which
we
I
have
think many people do that.
We
Yeah.
all do that. There will always be someone else. You've got to believe you are worth more than repeatedly hurt by someone who doesn't really care. I just want to tell you. And believe that someone will see that you are really worth and treat you the way you should be treated. We all should be treated with love, with kindness, with respect. Every positive word on the planet, we will. When you have that right connection, and we all will.
Right. Then it just
and
feels,
I'm not
you're right.
saying that through a marriage or a relationship you don't have that feeling, but sometimes it diminishes. Sometimes we forget who we really are. In the beginning of a relationship, it could be that infatuation, that wow. But when the dust settles and we're like right here, we'd be like, what the heck? So we have to kind of play. I just say don't jump into things with everything. Just play it slow. Really get to know the person, because you don't want to wait 10 years and know that that's a different person than you thought 10 years ago. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
It does. That makes sense. I love that. And if you haven't followed the Soul Advisor yet, I recommend that you follow the Soul Advisor, because you're going to be able to get a lot more inspiration, just like she was talking about today. So what's the name of your Facebook page?
You could go on my Facebook page at thesouladvisor.com, which I put in a daily positive post, just because that's what I do.
Because that's who she is.
That's who I do.
She uplifts everyone.
That's what I like to do. And I feel like when I'm up at 3 a.m., it's not just because I'm going to go to the gym a couple hours later. It's to bring this out to you. I take hours to find different things for different people all over the world, because I'm feeling your energy and how you're feeling. And I feel like some of these words can really help heal you in that given time of that day. So I appreciate you following me.
Yes, so go to her Facebook page, and then also your website.
So my website is www.thesouladvisor.com, and I have Twitter. I have a YouTube page, and then I'm on LinkedIn, and I do that as well. Put positive posts up.
Yes, perfect. Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Just wanted to make sure we don't miss those, because those, it's very important that we surround ourselves with people that are uplifting, that believe in us. And when we're talking about letting relationships go, the toxic relationships, or whatever it is that we're talking about, we need to make sure that we replace those not so good thoughts or those negative thoughts with the positive, uplifting affirmations and things like that. So you can get some of those affirmations and those positive quotes from the Soul Advisor, and the people that are in my tribe. I try put out positive quotes as well. So make sure that you're leaning on us, and that you communicate with us and let us know what it is that you think we can help you with.
What do you want more of? What do you tell us?
What do you? Yeah, exactly. So tell us. Okay, so number 2 is, if you feel that you lost yourself in this relationship, maybe you, like you were saying, Tricia, sometimes you just don't, you may feel like you lost a connection or something like that. And if your relationship is over, if you're, saying goodbye to that relationship, you need to reconnect with the person that you were, that you truly are inside, so that you can, not only forgive yourself, but, enjoy loving yourself again. Because you can't expect someone else to love you, right? If you don't love yourself. It all starts with you. Like
if you're not happy, if you're like what she's saying, if you're not happy with yourself, I'm going to say this: you're not a tree. Okay, so you need to get moving on yourself.
Right.
You need to make yourself feel good. It's internal. It's a soul. It's your light. So let's just speak from the inside. Whatever makes you happy, go back there. If it's pampering yourself, if Victoria and I are like, we're going on a 3-day week, we're going on a cruise, whatever it is, you need to get back to you, because you know what? You matter. And there is another love attraction. There's many more out there waiting, but they don't know you exist because you put this block up. You think that I'm the only one going through this and I'll never find that love again. you'll be in a much better place. Trust me on this. I see it. I wish I could put this choo-choo so you guys feel my energy. I get so excited when I have a gift too of setting people up, couples. I, like Victoria, I know her, so I know her spirit, her soul, everything about her. I set people up. It's just because it's a feeling I have. I don't know how to do it. So what I'm saying is there's not just one soulmate. And even if you lost your husband or wife and they passed away, and I understand that grieving too, we're not going to go there today. But just know that there are better days, and they're called tomorrow.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, so step 2, what is just reconnecting with yourself. And, and really focus on, like Tricia said, what you like doing, what makes you happy.
Yes.
Happy. Yes, because, sometimes these relationships, you may have been walking on eggshells, as, sometimes that happens. You may have been walking on eggshells for several years, and that's how we lose ourselves, because we are forgetting our own happiness, and we're trying to hold on to something that really shouldn't be held on to, quite frankly. And you're trying to mold yourself, and then that's how we lose ourselves, because we have just given up in so many words, and just been like, all of a sudden we become codependent with that other person, and then we have no identity.
No, and
right?
if you're in an abusive relationship, or somebody has an addiction, and you're with them because you love them, and you're watching them maybe decline, it's heartbreaking, and we all have to know that we matter, and we have a life to live too.
That's
and
right.
once you could disconnect and know that you did everything possible, now you are on the right direction for you. Watch what happens when you smile. When you just wake up every day and know what a great life this is to have this body and to be here. You have to, eventually you will get better. Time does heal wounds, but we want things right now. We want Tricia to take that magic wand and it doesn't happen like that. It's when it's your time. You may wake up a week later and you're cured. You're like, wow, it has nothing to do with us. It's the timing. I call it your blueprint when it's supposed to happen. But just stay on the right track, stay positive, and when the negative feelings come within yourself of the situation, let them go. Think of a positive thing. Put yourself on an island and whatever. Enjoy, go in a moment.
Yeah, that's so true. I love that. I love that.
Ooh, you go.
I love that. Okay. All right. And then step 3 is stop dwelling in the past. Okay.
Yes.
So if that relationship, right, if that relationship is over, okay, then it doesn't exist anymore. So we have to be, understanding that, like Tricia was saying, people come and go. Sometimes people are in our lives for, at the lifetime, the duration. Sometimes they're only in our lives for, brief moments. But they're there for a reason. And, dwelling in the past or second guessing yourself and saying, oh, well, maybe, wonder if I would have done this, or if I would have said this, or
made this meal for him or her, or bought him this perfume, or took. It's really not. We think it's materialistic things. We should have given him this. No, they were supposed to be in our life for that time, and we just don't remember. We have life lessons. Maybe it wasn't our life lesson in this life, but maybe it was theirs that we had to help them. So just don't take it personally. When we do, we're hurting ourselves, and it's sad. Like, I almost started crying a few minutes ago because I was feeling people that stayed with people that, did wrong, or they were, maybe on drugs, and they watched, and it was so hurtful for them. I could feel it here, and I have empathy, and it makes me cry. But I want you to know today what Victoria's talking about. You're going to get through this, and in due time, it's coming very soon. You're going to meet a beautiful person that you've always dreamed of. Okay, it's all up here. It is.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Do you have anything else to read?
We should smile.
We should smile.
I do have.
Because I like your little, that might be related to the not dwelling.
Yes,
like,
yes. I want to keep going. Here we go.
And just to stop revisiting the past, because that's not your tomorrow.
So I have a two-part, but I kind of like took a picture, so it's half. I'm just going to read a little bit. Letting go is accepting. It's learning and experience and growing. To let go is to be thankful for the experience that made you laugh, made you cry, and made you grow. It's about all that you have, all that you will soon again. Letting go is having the courage to accept change and the strength to keep it moving. Letting go is growing up. It's realizing that the heart can sometimes be the most potent remedy. To let go is to open a door and to clear a path and to set you free.
I love that.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ah, set you free. Should we put
That's
our little
so
faces
calming.
on?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Should
We'll
we
put
hear
our
some
little
music
smiley
too?
faces.
Should we
yes.
get some beautiful music?
We should hear some music. And you know what? Before James plays that, I'll just add one more thing for us.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So in the Road to Success Volume 2, Jack Canfield says that what he recommends is that you create a list of 10 or 20 affirmations, okay? And he's not even talking about, relationships or letting go of relationships. He's just talking about just daily, method of operation, okay? So these would be helpful, wouldn't
yes.
it, if you had this list in your journal. So let me give you just a few examples of what he's recommending. So one of them is, I am worthy of love, joy, and success, right? I am worthy of love, joy, and success. Okay, the other one is, I am smart.
Yeah. Love that. Let's say it together.
I am smart.
I love that.
Okay. And then here's another one. I am lovable and capable.
I love that. I am lovable and capable.
Okay.
I got that.
And then the other one is, I can create anything I want. That speaks to what you're saying.
I love that.
I can create anything I want. Let's do one other one. I have all the energy I need to do everything I want to do.
I love that. That's taking control of your life again.
And one more. I am attracting all the right people into my life. I am attracting all the right people, right?
I love that.
Yes. So those are just a few. I hope you write a couple of those down or write your own positive affirmations so then you can recite those in your mind. And I also recommend that you put them in your notes section, or what I like to do, I take quotes that I like, that I want to share, and then I type them on image quote. That's one of the image quote, or Pixie, the P-I-C, and then S-E-E.
Show me that.
Yes, I'll have to show you that. So I make little, like billboards of them.
I love that.
So what you could do, what I recommend is, your top 3 affirmations, make little billboards of those, and then you can keep those. You can do that as your screenshot, right? You can keep those on your photo roll, and until you memorize those, you can, you can remind yourself. So if a negative thought is coming into your mind, or you're thinking, you're dwelling, pick up, one of those billboards and recite the mantra to yourself, because you have to do this. If no one else is going to do it for you.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. So you have to take the 100% responsibility, and like Tricia always says, because you're worth it. And so we're just here to give you, a few pieces of advice. If you choose to accept them,
I love it.
That's
we should take a minute
that's what
to
we're doing.
breathe in. Should
yes.
we do this real quick?
Yes, let's take a minute to breathe in.
So what I would like everybody to do, and I'm going to send you some great positive energy. I want everybody to close their eyes, and I will do the same. So I'm going to start from your feet. I'm going to send a golden light throughout your body. Now we're going to get to your heart, okay? Your heart is being cleared right now as we speak, okay? Just take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just release it any color. I always just do it like black, like I'm letting the soot to come out of me, and let the golden light come in. Now, keep going up until, your head, and just surround yourself with golden light and love and peace. And I'm sending a love match your way. Everybody on here that is going through this, breakup, divorce, I'm sending a soulmate to you, because now that you're here and I feel your energy is coming, just know that you matter and you are loved, and you're going to get through this. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll do the Q&A after he
I love this.
Please. Yes.
No,
Wait,
we're
wait.
doing-
Oh,
no, we're doing Q&A.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
We're doing the Q&A. Okay.
So
Let's
can
see.
you
Does
see
anyone
any
have
questions?
any questions?
Any questions?
Let's see.
Can you see?
Um,
Any questions for Victoria?
I just see. Let's see. Let's see. I see someone says. I can't tell. It just says like so and so's on camera. Okay.
So anybody with questions? I guess.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I don't see. We're trying to get, yeah.
So if you have any questions,
Yeah.
right?
If you don't, if
Any
they don't,
questions?
if you have any questions, type them in. If you don't, because I know sometimes we have like a delay with the Wi-Fi, and if you would rather message us separately, feel free to message us separately. Next week, I want to tell you, we have a special guest, special guest. I'm going to let you explain who that is.
Tim?
Yes.
Well, I won't say the last name yet. Well,
Right.
So I met Tim on LinkedIn as well as my beautiful soul sister, and he's a therapist for relationships for couples, and in the future he's bringing me in as an intuitive person to help you men, come to therapy, because I can connect you in a different way where you're going to feel comfortable in the setting to connect to him. And he also, I won't pray to give out, he's got some great tips. He's got so much stuff to talk to you about, and even, should I say that or not?
Oh, sure. Whatever.
And he actually has a book that's getting ready to publish for relationships. So
Yeah.
right on
So
what we're
yeah,
talking
so
about.
stay in touch with us, and certainly always let us know. For some relationships has been a very, very requested subject. And so, Tricia and I decided we were going to do this together, and we decided that we were going to choose the letting go first, because before you move forward, right, you have to let go of other relationships, and they're not always romantic relationships. They can be friendships, they can be, just a variety of things. Even sometimes, it's sad, but sometimes with family members, you have to let go of certain relationships,
Right.
and so you have to make sure you're free and clear in order to
to
move
absorb,
forward.
to open up for this new love, this new connection.
Right.
Because if you're in your own shield and you're not smiling, guess what? You're going to miss Mr. Right or Mrs. Right.
Exactly.
You put on that smile like this.
Yeah,
Like
that
what we
we
got
like
here.
these. We
We
like
love
these.
these. Like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
We're walking down the street. Where's the music? Where's the music? We need the music.
It's not pop up.
Okay, we
Well,
don't care.
we're
Just
trying to get
play the
pumped
beautiful.
up.
Just
Yeah.
we're pumping up. Just play the beautiful music. Get ready. we're gonna make you happy, right?
Okay.
It's about happiness,
All right.
right?
So this will be. We'll just do our little happy dance, and then we'll sign off, and we'll look forward to seeing everyone again. And please forward this to someone if you feel that someone is going through this transition in their life as far as letting go. Please forward it to them. Okay. All right. Okay. Ready, James? Can you play something happy?
That's just really weird.
Oh no, we're loving it. So look at us. Victoria is available. She's lovely and everything. She's a great connection. You don't need Match.com. You need the Soul Advisor.
Yeah, exactly.
Victoria.
The soul advisor will take care of all your.
And I do get a lot
relationship
of that.
issues.
I have to say, I do get a lot. I would say 80% requests about love.
Yeah, isn't that
And
something?
I want to say one funny thing. I had a client before send me 10 different men, throughout the world, and I found Mr. Right.
Oh my gosh.
So that's
Wow, so here it is. So visit thesouladvisor.com. More information coming your way. And make sure you look her up on Facebook. If you're not already following her, look her up. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Love you.
Love
okay.
you.
All right, bye.